about the discover phase. This is where we'll learn about some of the tools and techniques which are about your ability to understand the design problem. This is really important so you're not starting with just a really blank canvas. And the other thing that's really important in the discover phase is that you can look for inspiration. Not only the problem as inspiration, but visual inspiration. Because design, after all, is a visual discipline. So what is a mind map? Wow, a mind map is a way, like a visual dump, a visual and verbal dump of information. It's everything you know about that design problem and maybe even things you don't know. This example is from a student who's looking at vendors in India and discovering what that problem might be. And so what are some of the things that vendors in India, people that sell things on the side of the road, what are some of the issues that they have to address in their daily life? Things like customers, handling the cart, storing the food. And you can see in this mind map that not only are there words, but there's images as well. So this moving from a word to an image can be a really important design step. It can be a leap of analysis, it can be a leap of creativity. The other thing that's really interesting to think about with mind maps is that they are really a free drawing brain dump exercise. You shouldn't think about writing an essay. It should be just a minimal amount of words, a few images, and trying to categorize that information. So it's a little bit analytical, a little bit of brain dump. It's kind of getting everything together that you know about the design problem.
Yeah, what I love about this mind map as well is how the student has brought together some of the ideas. So where they've seen a similarity or an instance where one idea might actually be a solution to another problem, they've linked it together. So it's a real web of thoughts.
Yeah, that's nice, Charlie. I hadn't really thought about that before. The other thing or reason to create a mind map is that it's a real classic brainstorming activity. And often the leading of one idea to another is that creative flow aspect that you get than if you just start designing one idea. So having that creative leading from one idea to the other and this web kind of notion is really important.
Yeah. Benchmarking is really important because it's in this discover phase, it allows you to examine what products are out there, make sure that what you're designing hasn't already been done, make sure that you don't accidentally copy someone else's work.
Yeah, super important, Charlie.
Definitely. It's also great because it allows you to get an understanding of what type of criteria or design options exist that you can explore with your own design. What I really love about this example of a student doing benchmarking is how they've set out all the products that are associated with their design, what they're designed to be, but they've also organised it with respect to characteristics of the product. So you can see they're comparing cost against the level of functionality that the product has. What's also really nice is that they've done this in a visual way, so they've included a lot of images of the products, which really helps to communicate with clients or team members working on the project.
I think what's really interesting about using this opportunity matrix idea is that we can find gaps, things where there is no previous design outcome. So here we have a gap between high cost and novel, or we also have a gap which is about medium functionality and medium cost. So that gives you a really great basis for your design brief. So you're not sort of trying to design everything for everybody. You're actually targeting the right solution for the right people.
So in terms of talking about discovery and the discover phase of the process, benchmarking is really helpful for discovering where there might be a market opportunity, as well as discovering what might be really important in the design. So what is a mood board? Well, a mood board is really important in helping you discover and understand the look and feel of your design. Now, look and feel can seem pretty vague and pretty sort of ambiguous or subjective, but that's precisely the point. When you're at this stage in the design process, you have very little understanding of visually what your design could look like. By creating mood boards, you start to get a bit of direction in that area.
Mood boards are great to capture not only visual inspiration, But you might be actually finding some information about your demographics.
Yes.
So who are you designing for? What kind of things do they like? Are you designing for somebody who might not be very much like yourself? So you need to find out a lot more about them. So definitely collating a series of images, look and feel, that really defines that person can be really informative. So in this example, the students are looking at what do teenagers like between the age of 13 and 14, and specifically girls. What I really like about this is it's not just other products that this person would like. It's actually a real sensation of they love music, they love the stars, they love ice creams, they love bright colours. There's a whole lot of things going on in the graphic style and the visual style, and there's kind of a motive idea about what a teenager likes. Yeah. So if you're designing a product for a teenager, you can use this to try and get these emotive aspects into your own design.
Absolutely. And the mood board is great because it's so visual, it's capturing information that you can't capture in just written words. Often as a designer you're given a verbal brief or a verbal understanding of the project, so this is very important in developing that visual. This is a nice example of a different type of mood board, and I think this one really speaks to look and feel. So yes, you can see there are images of some products, but really the images are focusing on colours, textures and materials. And one thing that they certainly are not is just images of products that do the same thing as the students are working on. So the mood board is very different from product benchmarking. A final really nice example of the mood board, again talking about look and feel, is this one where a student was designing for an Australian target market who are really interested in camper vanning. This has got a really nice synthesis of Australiana, so it's got the colours, it's got the landscapes. It really says a lot about the activities that the users would be engaging in, and helps to give a really robust sense of the overall look and feel of the product.
So, in terms of the discover phase, we've seen that there are a couple of different strategies that you can use in this space. We've got product benchmarking, we've got mind maps, which are brainstorming and a brain dump of information, and then we've got using mood boards, and there's various different ways we can use these mood boards. It's really important to not underestimate the importance of doing this groundwork, because it really ensures that what you're designing is innovative and new, and that you're really on the mark in terms of your design objectives. It's too difficult to start with a blank canvas. You could be designing anything. By using these tools and strategies, you can actually focus your creative energy on designing the right thing.